W's and L's, a weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we do not. It is on you.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna take my main one.
I've got a lot of dubs.
Oh.
I got a lot of dubs this week.
Okay.
You guys should be proud of me. First dub I got is going out to Coach D Fish and Father Matt Barnes.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, D Fish is coaching the Barnes boys in basketball.
Yep.
Which is such a far cry from anything that I would have ever thought would have been possible about 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
bro was so mad that he drove hours to go try to whoop his ass.
They go whoop his ass. Well, they actually met up and they fought.
Oh, I didn't know they fought.
No, they fought. Yeah, they came to blows over that shit. Which, if I'm being honest with you, if it was me, I'd made that drive too. My former teammate, but that's neither here nor there. They are definitely past that now. And co-parenting, it seems like, civilly, and that's a great example to be putting out, man. So,
Barnes don't got no reason to be mad because he's making...
Nobody really has any reason to be mad. Barnes is up. D-Fish got Gloria and the kids. Everything seems copacetic. It's all good.
Yep.
It's all good. Everybody's happy. Let's just keep it that way.
Was not coaching a NBA team at some point?
NBA, WNBA, the Knicks and all of that shit with Matt Barnes kind of made him a little bit. I don't want to say tainted. And then they wasn't really in love with him when he was coaching the Sparks either. I was really excited for him to coach the Sparks. I don't think they liked him too much.
He can't coach college?
At least, no, the Los Angeles Sparks.
No, I mean now that
he can't coach college
NBA or WNBA.
I mean, maybe it was just his choice. He get a chance to coach his kids.
Kids who are not his kids.
Well,
his kids.
His step kids.
Sure.
Whatever.
Stepfather of the year.
Okay, moving on. Oh, this is a good one. This one I'm actually really excited about.
Oh.
Antoine Fuqua.
Okay.
Teaming up with Denzel Washington once again in a Hannibal movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hannibal the Ruler, not Lecter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. I seen you make that face. I was like, he probably thinks
what?
I'm talking about face eating dude. No.
Like,
Hannibal riding in on elephants, fighting the Roman
Got you.
Empire
Yeah,
army, whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that guy.
That sounds like something I would watch.
I was thoroughly confused as to why we would ever be making a Napoleon movie. Shout out to Joaquin Phoenix and whatever, but why?
Sure.
Why? I don't need that glorification. So yeah, let's add some balance to that. Let's get Hannibal in there and let's balance that shit on out.
Yeah.
Plus, anything that Denzel and Antoine Fuqua do together is I mean, from Antoine Fisher all the way up to Equalizer. It's just been beauty. Loved him in every role, so I'm expecting good things. Okay. Dune 2. Dune 2. Premiering this spring. I was a little bit upset when it got delayed here in the fall. But it turns out that my loss ends up actually being my gain. And what I mean by that is the Dune, when it actually does premiere now, is going to be on the IMAX theaters.
Okay, so it's getting it.
If it got released in late October, November, when it was supposed to, it would have been sandwiched in between some other films and maybe wouldn't have gotten as long a run on the IMAX screens. And I'm 100% on board with the sequel. I think is going to be even better than the first one. I want to see it on the IMAX screen. So
that's fair.
That is a positive outcome for me. It really changes the viewing experience to a certain degree when you go in and you watch it on a small screen for the first time, or if you watch it on a big screen for the first time. There are certain movies where screen size doesn't matter. I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need every inch and every speaker they need for that type of movie. Oh, this was actually a funny dub. I think most people in her profession would give her an L for this. I'm giving her a dub for telling us the truth.
Uh-oh.
So we've hit a couple of the related stories to this over the last several weeks where we're like, companies are being outed for having like bots to support them online and stuff like that. And Also this weekend, we had a story about, a well-known music producer who was involved in some impropriety. And I guess the theme I'm starting to kind of go with here is that the veil is being pulled back on a lot of things, right? The information age is the worst thing that ever could have happened for rich people.
Yep.
Because I think half of the stuff we clutch our pearls on now has been going on for centuries. It's just that us normal folk didn't know about it because we didn't have no internet.
Yeah.
Right? And people just wasn't out here talking the way that they are now, which that part of the conversation will get continued in the L. So keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
But in this specific instance, we have sideline reporter Charissa Thompson.
Yep.
And she was on somebody's podcast, Big Cat. She was on with Big Cat. And she was talking about how sometimes the coaches do not give her things to go off of coming out of the locker room or going into the locker room. Mm-hmm. So she'll just fuck around and make it up. So she'll just make it up. And like, if you hear her say it, because she's since tried to walk it back, obviously, right? She has an employer, and this is an entire industry that she's kind of outing in this. Because I don't believe that she's the only person who has ever done this. Sure. They never are. They never are. Learned it somewhere. Somebody taught you how to do this shit. Mm-hmm. But basically, she would just take points from the first half and kind of formulate it into a story to make it make sense. Like, oh, yeah, they struggled a lot on third down. So I'll give them a quick cutout about, oh, yeah, he said we need to do better on third down, da-da-da-da-da. As long as it's obvious, it's innocuous, nobody will know.
And something that the coach wouldn't care
about. Yeah. And obviously, if she's done it before, I've never heard a coach call out Charissa Thompson for saying some shit that he didn't really say in the tunnel or walking in and out of the tunnel.
Right.
The reason why I appreciate her for telling us is because, number one, it's real. Mm-hmm. Because I can completely understand having a producer in your ear. All right, we're queuing you up in 5 seconds. You haven't even talked to the coach, or he's brushed you off 10 times to go handle something else that he needs to take care of, right? But you got to do your job. Yep. So what you gonna do? Yeah, I tried to get in touch with Coach Harbaugh. He didn't really have time for me. He shoot me off several times, and then Michigan would crucify you.
Yes.
They would call Fox and ask that you never cover one of their games ever again.
Yep.
So like, what the fuck is she supposed to do? I heard Rich Eisen talking about it, and he was very, very righteous about it. Oh, you don't need to do that. And I know plenty of sideline reporters who do good work. And shut the fuck up, Rich. Shut up.
Especially as a woman.
Get off your high horse, man. Get off your high horse. The sideline reporting community is not so offended by this that they won't maybe slip and tell the truth. Something. Yeah, I've done that before too. Mm-hmm. I've done that before too. I like that. I've always thought some of these things that are being revealed, and I've never had the concrete evidence to support it. Evidence that reporters or supposed journalists cut corners too, just like anybody else in any other profession. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying the majority of them do. I'm not calling out anybody specific. I'm telling you it happens because they're human beings. Yep. And so when stories from quote unquote reputable outlets come out that don't really make a lot of sense, or they seem to have a certain tinge or narrative to them, or a certain target in mind, they are not so far above reproach that you can't question their motivations or their viewpoint, whether or not they are remaining impartial, whether or not they are giving you factual information. First of all, anybody bringing you information should be held to scrutiny, reporter or not. And in all honesty, it really doesn't make them any, like, as sports reporters, it doesn't make you any more or less credible for me to know that. Because first of all, I know that y'all just say shit to say it sometimes. And second of all, she's at least going through the process of trying to make it relevant to what is happening in the game. And in itself, there's a bit of skill there. You have to accurately portray something as if you were a football coach, and you're not. You're a 40-year-old woman on the sidelines reporting the news. Yep. So there's skill involved with that. It is not a lazy thing, I don't think, at least not in Charissa Thompson's case. It didn't seem like that for me. It's more so of I'm kind of being stonewalled here. They're not letting me do my job, and I got to do something. Yeah. So, I guess screw your moral high horse, Rich. You got to get something done. You know?
For sure.
Okay. On to the nasty business. Now, what's crazy is, or maybe it's not so crazy, but I know I better not see no caping for Buddy Love.
It's just love.
You know why? Because I told y'all. No. Fuck settling the settlement a day after the lawsuit breaks. I been told y'all about this man. Told y'all about his relationship with Usher. I brought up the shit with Justin Bieber. Apparently, a couple of years ago, this man adopted a white girl.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Who was calling him Papa Combs.
That's crazy.
She was living on the street. They did this whole fucking unveiling of her. She introduced herself to the world on his Instagram page. She's like, yeah, things weren't going well with my parents. I was living on the street, and Papa Combs has a kind heart, and Diddy in the background. Yeah. Take that. Tell them how I adopted you, and tell them how I brought you into my home. Which he seems to do with a lot of minors.
That's crazy.
A lot of minors, or very, 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 very young in comparison to him individuals.
The adopted white child rollout is crazy.
Fam, we have had, and that's just what I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? That little bit of information that I had made me uncomfortable enough to bring it to y'all and be like, maybe we should look at this. Maybe we shouldn't just turn a blind eye and create another R. Kelly. Maybe we should take a look at this before any allegation ever came out. And why I feel so confident in where I'm going with this is because I initially criticized Cassie for the way that whole shit unraveled. Because the way that it read was she ran off with the trainer and never looked back and said, "The hell with Diddy." And that very may well be true. I will say the actions that preceded us didn't really do a whole lot to dispel that. I'll be honest in that instance. But once again, like I said about the Michigan case, a settlement does not mean that you are admitting guilt, and it doesn't mean that you are only in it for the money either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I would have liked to seen happen is try to have charges pressed criminally and sue him. Put him in the awkward position of, damn, I can settle this, but then that might strengthen the criminal case against me right now. And then if he doesn't settle it, she kind of has a double whammy set up to where if she doesn't get the criminal prosecution, she can still go get some money. Mm-hmm. I think boiling it down to the money that quickly leads people's mind to wonder about why you did what you did. The reason why it don't apply to me here right now about this individual is because there is overwhelming evidence that this man is a fucking weirdo. And has been a weirdo for years. Did y'all forget that Kevin D said he paid him $1 million to kill Tupac? Or don't nobody give a fuck about that no more? We don't give a shit about that anymore. Who killed Tupac? It's 1 million Who Killed Tupac documentaries, and I know y'all niggas watch all of them. Y'all don't care? We solved the Tupac murder, and y'all over here caping for him because it's Cassie getting paid? Y'all sick. Y'all are absolutely sick. All of the shit that I have heard, oh yeah, go to this party, and it's a secret room, and it's the boom boom room for all the new up and coming male stars. Or, oh yeah, I had to go live with Diddy for a few months, and I wasn't the same when I got the fuck out of there.
Dog, I just heard a story on, I think it was Vlad. It was a clip though on Twitter of his bodyguard telling a story about Diddy and Ja Rule, some other girls, and a butt plug. Wild story.
Fam,
so wild.
Early drink champs episode, like real early. Fabulous sitting over there.
Him basically.
Why you don't kick it with me on your party? Because again, Diddy's birthday parties, his parties are known for this type of shit, and they have been trying to tell us for years. These celebrities been saying this shit for years. He like, yeah, why you don't come? He like, no, man, you came to my party. You was at my party. He was like, no, why we on party? You know what I'm talking about?
Meanwhile,
did he want to go up? Fabulous is back. Is that what he wanted to do?
Diddy's calling him all sorts of daddy and shit. That was weird. That whole interview was weird.
There's a rumor that Christopher Williams got caught sucking his dick in his office. Like, there is not, if it was Cassie, only Cassie, and then she settled in a day. Y'all know me, man. I don't do the, oh, you accused, I believe you. I don't do that at all. There is so much smoke to this fire she bringing. I could only just be upset that she settled because I wanted to go further.
She definitely settled because he kept offering amounts. Like the stuff that came out from this was already like the fact that he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Fam. And Kid Cudi car actually blew up at the same time that he threatened to do that to Cassie while they was talking.
Fam.
Circumstantial as hell, but at least go investigate it, fam.
Yeah, no. I think he just kept being like, oh, I gotta shut all this down right now. And he kept giving her numbers to the point where,
and then I'm not gonna lie, I'd have been like, did you sign the papers already, Cassie? You sure you signed it? You put your real name, your government on there? Cause fuck that. If even half of what she accused is true, and my nigga is singing "I'm Still Standing," sex trafficking, rape, sexual assault, regular assault.
You know what I didn't know also is that, remember he was giving people their royalties back?
Motherfuckers. So, I don't know where the fuck. I swear to God, this shit happened, and every single person from Diddy's past, from Faith Evans to Jaguar Wright to Aubrey from the band, popped back up. Danny Kane, excuse me. From Danny Kane, popping back up telling me shit about Diddy. I'm like, oh yeah, give me more. Give me more. I only knew about the Usher shit. Tell me some more. So she like, well, and this was months ago. I think he's doing that to get, because apparently you had to sign an NDA to get your royalty money. And he knew all along.
Crazy.
And he knew all along that this shit was going to be hitting the fan eventually. Mm-hmm. I just really wish that she would have tried to get him prosecuted criminally. I would have liked to see him fight some of this stuff in court. And he's not safe from it either. But what I'm sure happened in the midst of this negotiation, this settlement, Cassie's not going to be able to speak on any of this shit ever again. And where it is just speculation and rumor coming from other celebrities, it's firsthand account from his wife on Cassie. So it adds a lot more credibility. And she more than likely signed an NDA, so she can never talk about this shit again. Mm-hmm. And and this is just me. I can't tell her what to do with her pain or whatever that she may have received. It's just for me to have gone through something like that. I don't think money can pay for that. Like I would want to see you suffer. And I guarantee you, whatever dollar amount he gave to her is not causing him to suffer.
I'd agree.
I can say that pretty confidently.
Yeah.
She was only asking for $30 million. He got that. He's got $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
We got $30 million. Oh man.
And he would have paid way more to make sure that some of this stuff doesn't come to light.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, I wasn't shocked or surprised in the least bit based off what I already know. So to have all of these stories out in the zeitgeist for all these years, like apparently he hung him and his security guard hung Wale off a balcony because him and Cassie was having a session. It's too many people from too many different places saying a roundabout same thing, that you are a fucking weirdo.
The J. Cole fight.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Smacking the UCLA coach with a kettlebell. There's a lot of...
Did he piss on Drake?
No, he didn't do that.
That wasn't him?
Nah. Now, let me also say, I wouldn't be surprised if that also happened at some other junction. But, no, that wasn't him.
What else happened?
If you want to know what happened with Diddy, just ask 50 Cent. I'm sure he'll be glad to tell you.
Tried to take 50 Cent shopping. Freaked him the fuck out. Who else, man? There was another celebrity who had a story about Diddy. I don't know, man. The Keffy D fingering him as the payment guy, as the pay guy for the Tupac hit. That's enough for me to want her to drag his ass to court so that we can verify some of this information. If she's the only eyewitness or she's the only one that can attest to any of his comings and goings, that's why it was so important to pay Cassie over all these other motherfuckers that got stories. Mm-hmm. Nobody care about you talking about Chris Williams on his knees, giving him the business, because you can't prove that.
Sure.
Ain't nothing you can do about it, and that ain't against the law. But, he told me he was going to put a bomb in my boyfriend's car, and his car exploded a few days later. Yeah, that's damaging. That's pretty fucking bad. Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad.
Yep.
It's really upsetting to see some of these celebs, though, try to coalesce around him. Oh, well, if something happened to you tell it right then, or leave that shit alone.
That's not a thing.
Hey, Slim Thug, go back to whatever hole you crawled out of, fam. What the fuck? So if she don't say something about it right now, it didn't happen, or it doesn't matter because she really wanted that shit because she didn't say anything at first. It's just like, she broke now. And she came back to get this money and da-da-da-da. And look, man, when you handle it the way that she went about it, it is going to invite scrutiny. The same way Kaepernick going down to the wire, putting together a collusion suit with the NFL and settling with them. Mm-hmm. Do I respect Colin Kaepernick any less? No, I don't. I have no idea. I also have no idea what made that decision come about. Won't know unless I ever have the pleasure of speaking with the man. Same thing with Cassie. These things are never as cut and dry as y'all think they are, especially when you're blindly trying to defend somebody.
Public service announcement: when you're a celebrity and you're coming out and you're trying to say things about certain people, things are going to come out about you as well. Because apparently Slim Thug had a kid with his cousin.
No, the fuck he didn't.
That's what everybody was saying on Twitter.
By accident? I don't take them out to eat. I ain't here to trick or treat. I ain't trying to split your weave. I ain't heard of that.
I saw the video of him talking about that, and then all in the replies was about his incest baby. So.
Damn. Yeah. With your cousin? Now that's some country shit. That is some country ass shit.
Slim Thug has a baby by his cousin. I didn't know that until today. See why you should shut up sometimes?
You shut your mouth, bro. What you doing? Man. Y'all just be inviting people to come talk shit to you. And then you don't even have an intelligent argument for people to back you up with. Yeah, she took too long. It ain't even been that long, fam. It ain't past the statute of limitations for rape, sexual assault, sex trafficking. I don't even think there's a statute of limitations on sex trafficking. So, yeah, all of that shit was well within the limits of her being able to say something. And as much as I would want to protect black men from false accusations to get money, which it does happen, this is not that. At least in my opinion, it's not that. Because there is too much other circumstantial shit going on for me to be like, she made all of this up. Did she embellish at all? Did she maybe misrepresent some facts? I don't know. We will never know because we won't get a chance to see this shit hashed out in court. Mm-hmm. Problem is that the reputation of the accused is not good at all. This man will fuck around and date his son's girlfriend. He started dating Cassie when she was 19. This nigga was damn near 40. Yep. If you think that shit cool, go play in traffic. Go play in traffic. Because I know my daughter ever bring home a 37-year-old man when she's 19. She won't leave out of here with him. He won't leave out of here. What are you even doing? What's going through your mind that make you think that you could walk in my house with my daughter at 40 years old and she 19?
Twice her age.
What are we doing, yo? What are we doing? We talk about R. Kelly. Oh, we didn't know until the sex tape came out, and then it seemed like she wanted it. We didn't know. You know now, and you know about him. Do better. Be different. Sticking with dumb celebrities. Let's talk about Tasha K and how she doesn't want any of her money ever for like the rest of her life.
Yikes.
So like it wasn't bad enough to defame Cardi B, get sued, lose, and set a new precedence for online gossip and blogs and what they are able to report on and what they are able to put out. She brings on Will Smith's former business manager. Is that who he is? Or
I thought he was just a secretary.
Just a guy. Some guy.
Somebody around.
But somebody that I recognize, though. I definitely know his face. But longtime friend, assistant, work for him, whatever, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, comes out of nowhere. Comes out of clear left field. And tells this story. I don't even think they were talking about the Smiths, bro.
Probably not.
I don't even think that they were the topic of discussion, which makes me feel like all of this was kind of like Tasha definitely knew what he was going to come on the pod and say. It's the only reason why he's there. I don't know why he has any other relevance other than his relationship with the Smiths. But yeah, it just comes out of nowhere and be like, yeah, I caught one of my clients getting plowed in his dressing room. And she was like, huh. Am I supposed to believe that y'all are having this conversation for the first time right now?
You know?
Like, you don't like your money. You do not like your money. Look, if I was a gossip site person, if I did that type of news or content, I think I would get as close to the sun as I could without getting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think I would get on B-list celebrities and try to pump those stories up as much as I could. And on the rare occasion I stumble upon some A-list stuff, I would just be very cautious about how I would present it and really cautious about what I even report. Because some stuff may not just be worth the blowback. Right? And somebody who's worked in the realm that she's worked in for as long as she's been there and experienced the things that she's experienced just recently, you would think that she would have a little bit more cautiousness, a little bit more training wheels. Nope, fuck it. She's doing 90 in a school zone.
Yes.
Doing 90 in a school zone has no real way of verifying this story to know if it's true. Like, homeboy's getting sued, whether it's true or not. Because unless there's a security camera showing Will bent over a couch and Dwayne Martin going to town, there's no way that he can prove what he said is not libelous or defamatory. He would have to prove that it's true.
Which, you know, he ain't got no evidence of that.
And he has no evidence of that. So why a grown-ass man who has worked his entire life with celebrities will go in there and say something like this that he cannot prove because he's disgruntled, because he wants some more notoriety, he wants to get paid. Whatever the case is, it could not be fucking worth what the hell you just gave up for yourself.
Facts.
Because whatever you just made, you about to put right back into Will Smith's wallet. Once again, it could be 1,000% true. It could be 1,000% true. If I'm not mistaken, I think Will Smith was an executive producer on All of Us. Timing lines up, everything. All of that. But if you can't prove it, you just defame this man. And it's not going to be very hard to prove the damages that he received behind this rumor.
Yeah.
Also, and I need to say this again because there's so many of you my older black men that do not fucking get this. I understand you came up in a different era. I understand that you play by different rules. And there are certain lines that you will not cross and you will not do just for the guise of not seeming gay or anything that has to do with homosexuality. In 2023, it is not world-breaking news to say that a man has sex with another man. It's just not. It's not. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. I care more about whether or not you about to lose this defamation case that they about to send your way than I do about whether or not Dwayne Martin is a fudge plugger. I don't care. I really don't care. What does that change for me? What does that change for me? Will Smith is an actor. He's Hancock. He's a guy from Independence Day. I Am Legend. 7 pounds.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Pursuit of Happiness.
Fresh Prince.
Does any of that fucking change because you told me he's getting slipped a Tootsie Roll by Dwayne Martin?
Yo, these analogies are crazy.
Like, fam, what changes? What changes? Only thing that means to me is that man been acting in real life, in public, his entire life. And that's probably why he's such a good actor now. This man has 3 children. He has something that resembles a wife. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care if Will and Jada go perusing through LA to pick up men for Will to go do it too. I don't. What was your? Did he rape him? Is that what you're trying to tell me? He took it by force? No. Then mind your business, fam. What we gonna find if we go crawling through your history? What we gonna find?
Sheesh.
Because if Will Smith fancies men and you've been around Will Smith your whole life, you ain't never try it? He ain't never called you into a dressing room? Because if you over here talking for checks on Tasha Williams, on Tasha K, excuse me, I can only imagine what you talking for on a millionaire. What you doing for a millionaire. Now, let's flip it back on you. Will Smith's gay and he likes booty. And you just there around all the time. And clearly you'll do anything for money. Anyways. All right. So I got 1 L, 1 toss up coming. The L will be pretty quick. It is to the Israeli government. This comes by way of I literally just looked at it. I don't have the name. All right. So this comes via Haaretz.com. Writer is Noah Spiegel. Apparently, one of the rave victims, the victims of the Hamas attack on October 7th, was there in Israel but hadn't completed her conversion to Judaism. They buried her body outside in an unmarked grave because she hadn't completely converted.
That's nuts.
They won't even bury her in Israel. I just thought that was a quick note to throw out there, on top of the, several hundred people being shot down by the Israeli Apache airplanes.
Did they even do their own people dirty?
Yeah, man, it's new equipment from the U.S. They don't come with Hebrew instruction manuals. It was probably hard to read the directions. People end up dead, right? That's what y'all say about how y'all killing people in Palestine. And it's crazy because, once again, this is your own people again. I'll leave it at that. Anyways, last one. It's a toss-up. It's not really a dub. It's really not a dub. And I don't really want to give it an L because I'm glad I have the information, but it's very peculiar. So, apparently, Billy Banks Jr., who's a trainer, by the way. You probably see him on the Bowflex commercials.
Or Tybo.
Yeah, Tybo.
Billy Banks, yeah.
Billy Banks Jr. has a podcast.
Okay.
Go figure. And don't really know what they talk about on the podcast, but this week they were talking about serial killers.
Okay.
And they started kind of running off what, the most prominent serial killers or the most prominent number of serial killers, where they were in the world.
Maybe China? Maybe it's Japan. Maybe it is. For the top. Start at number 3. It was South Africa.
South Africa.
They've had 117 documented serial killers this year.
Matter of fact, I'll just play it for y'all. Let's listen to Billy Banks.
No, just
117 in South Africa.
117. That's people. That's different killers. 166. No way. Yeah.
166 in England. Shout out to Ripper.
Number 1 is United States. It has to be. And
Now, I don't think anybody was surprised that the United States has the most number of serial killers, right?
I mean,
no one's surprised. You heard who was number 2? It was England with 166, right? Okay, keep that in mind. Let's just listen.
this is what's crazy. You heard that England's 166 is number 2. Probably double that. 180? It's probably triple that. 3,204. So it says that the U.S. accounts of 4% of the world population, but 68% of the world's serial killers. Is that
that's
crazy?
nuts.
Oh my God. This is Gomorrah. This is Sodom and Gomorrah right here. And these United States. This is it. Right here.
Fucking
Right here.
nuts.
Don't talk to me about Palestine. It's here. This is Sodom. For sure. Jesus Christ.
We are in the ghetto.
3,000? And the next closest is 166? First of all, let's just look at the 3 countries. Let's just look at the 3 countries. South Africa, England, United States. I won't even say it. I'm just going to point them out again, and you take it from it what you want to think it is. South Africa, England, oi, in the United States. Take from that what you will. That's my dubs and L's.
We live in the ghetto. Yikes.
Apparently, wherever white people live is the ghetto.
That's my point. Every part of the United States, not just the hood. The entire United States is ghetto as fuck.
1,000? Now, a part of me wants to give them a little bit of bail for that just because the United States established the way of categorizing these criminals as serial killers. So, like, we kind of invented serial killers to a certain degree. At least the designation. And so in that way, I feel like our reporting goes back a lot further. Our data is a lot more plentiful. But I mean, even with that, I would expect maybe a few hundred difference. And 3,000? God damn.
Crazy. That's so crazy. All right. I'm going to give a toss up as well to a podcast where I learned something that I did not know as well.
Okay.
Did you used to watch Ned's Declassified on Nick?
Love Ned's Declassified. And I also watch the podcast every now and again.
Have you watched it recently? Have you seen a clip of it recently?
Oh, about her Mo's talking about eating ding-a-ling on the set? In like 3 different spots? Wait, were you talking about behind the set? No. You're talking about the shower. No. In the back of your car. It's
And
like,
Ned
damn,
didn't
I
even
was
remember one of
eating.
them. He was like, "Oh, I didn't even remember that one." Like,
Find
what?
out Mose is a whole eater, but apparently she's not. Because my homeboy had to, oh, thank you. I'll go take care of this. Jesus Christ. That had to be embarrassing.
Okay, so I understand people getting into relationships at their jobs. I get that because you're with the person so often, you know, you might want to involve yourself with that person.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just don't think of my child shows as a place where everybody is just getting it on.
Oh, that's for sure where they doing it at.
Apparently, because there's been other stories since this.
I mean, look at Brittany and Justin started on the Mickey Mouse show, the Mickey Mouse Club.
Fair. It's going to happen with somebody that you're in close proximity with. I guess I just don't think about that when.
And another thing to keep in mind is a lot of times with these kid shows, they're portraying teenagers. A lot of times they're in their early to mid 20s. Like the chicks from Pretty Little Liars was whole ass like 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
On that show. So
Pretty Little Liars is hilarious.
it's nuts. You got all these supermodel.
And you're going to convince me there's an age difference between them and the teacher? No, they're the same age.
Like, first of all, the whole glorification of the relationship between the teacher
facts.
and the girl.
Facts.
Man, looking back on that now that I got a daughter, I burn Pretty Little Liars to the ground. You're never watching this.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I'd have killed Ezra myself.
Just the whole thing is crazy. Just to think about that fact, because I'm not going to look at my child shows and say, oh yeah, they fucking. So like to think of that being a thing is just mind blowing.
My boy Cookie just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. he ain't getting
some
none.
Shit, or he's like, some shit better not come out about me.
Cookie probably kept his shit down on the low.
Probably. Yeah. Let's think that way, because I hope Cookie wasn't getting.
Apparently, him and the Asian chick had a thing too. It got awkward on set because they were like trying to force them together, but they had a little fling.
Like, don't tell me that the black one's the only one not getting some on set. That'd be crazy. Anyway, moving on. I'm giving some L's. First L is going to Floyd Mayweather. We talked about the fact that Floyd is just taking these fucking bags and doing all these stupid fucking exhibition matches that mean absolutely nothing. He's doing another one against somebody he's already fought, John Gotti III, again in Vegas.
John Gotti?
Yes. The grandson of John Gotti.
Why? No, I know he already fought him, but I'm like, why are we doing this?
Because he's getting a paycheck to do it.
Go fight Pacquiao, fam. What Ricky Hatton doing? Go fight him.
No.
Go find Zab Judah.
Those pose risks to his.
You want no Sugar Shane? You don't want none of that action? Hey, that Canelo is still fighting, like actively. If you want to fight one of your former opponents again, that is the one I most want to see you fight again. Is Canelo Alvarez.
Not going to fight. It's Canelo.
Well, I mean,
those all post risks to his legacy, and he's not going to do it. He's going to fight bums who are just getting into the sport for a paycheck. It's fucking goofy. It's fucking goofy behavior, and it screams desperate for money. Just throwing that out there.
We all know that he didn't have the best financial management. You know, you usually have to read for that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, for sure. I'm giving a long overdue L, and it's going to be a quick one because this is also pathetic. To Adam 22, who already let a black man smash his wife.
That he did.
And so now he's doing it again by having a reality show of who's going to be the next person to fuck my wife.
No. The memes were bad enough, fam. Like, you know she's a meme now.
A whole ass meme, especially in the college football circuit. I don't know what's up with that.
Jesus.
This is what Ohio State's going to do to Michigan and vice versa.
First of all, pause.
That's what I literally keep seeing that.
Pause.
I keep seeing that. That literal meme.
Nah, I don't want it. We forfeit. I don't want I don't want it.
Oh man. I'm just saying. Wild shit. Moving on. Anyway, I was gonna give an L to this person because I felt like it was very off brand, but knowing what they're moving towards, which is being a brand all about advertising other brands, I think this kind of makes sense at some level. And it just gives him some headlines for the time being. Snoop is not smoking.
This is going to be some smokeless vapor product, or maybe he's launching a new line of edibles.
Yeah.
You know, without some sort of substantial health reason, man, Snoop Dogg has been the biggest weed advocate. Like, it's not just... Like, first of all, if something medically happened to him that was, like, life-threatening, I feel like we would have gotten wind of it, number one.
Sure.
Number two, it would be kind of like if Peyton Manning came out tomorrow and was like, I don't think kids should be playing football anymore. It's too dangerous. We need to outlaw the sport. And then he went on, and that was kind of like his way of going about it. The moneyed interest around Peyton Manning that had to do with football would start to dissipate.
Sure.
Now Peyton Manning has money outside of, football related stuff. We got the nationwide commercials with Tim McGraw. He's doing okay. Snoop Dogg also has some of those things. I would say the majority of his products and business ventures include weed in some way, shape, or form.
Aside from just the general advertising that he does for like
Yeah, now if he's a
Martha Stewart
spokesperson,
stuff
obviously
and
that
Corona.
I mean his products that he sells.
Yes. No, agreed.
So now we're talking about your moneyed interest. We're talking about pre-rolls, a weed strain. Like, this feels like a rollout for a product more so than
I
a
would agree with
changing
that.
my life kind of thing. I can count probably on all my fingers and toes how many times this man has justified smoking weed and talking about how he's never going to stop smoking it. And I mean, I don't know. Again, he could be going through something. Who knows?
Yeah, but it also didn't seem like it was big enough as a story. So then, like, people who care about him not smoking anymore will probably be weed heads, and then, oh, turns out he was doing an edible thing rollout.
Yeah,
kind of makes sense.
I think first of all, the conversation we're having around it was the point.
Yes.
In general.
Yes.
I think we'll be getting another follow-up announcement.
Which is why I did say I was giving him an L, but now I'm like,
he's probably selling something.
For sure. All right, on to my 2 quick dubs. I was going to give this man an L. Then I was going to give him a toss-up. But you know what? I think I'm just going to let this man live and be who he wants to be and do the things that he wants to do, even if it means I'm not going to get any more of the music that I actually want from him. And that is Andre 3000.
How did I miss that? Yeah, I don't even...
Yeah, the fake out of coming out with an album and then it just being an instrumental album with his flute. Look, man, you're Andre 3000. You're allowed to be whoever you want to be and make the music that you want to make. And I can't sit here and put my expectations on you because that's not the thing that you want to do.
No, yeah,
anymore.
you can. Do he want you to buy the album? Or does he expect you to pirate it? If he's good with me downloading his album for free, then yeah, you don't have to deal with my expectations. Anyone who asks me to buy something from them has to deal with my expectations. It's point blank.
Sure, but I stream through Apple Music, and if I'm interested
technically
enough,
purchasing.
Sure, but if I'm interested enough, I can, and I'll be honest, I kind of am, to see what is his fascination with this flute. I kind of guess at some level I kind of want to see. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm not taking nothing away from you. I'm no longer entertaining Andre in that GOAT discussion. I'm not doing that.
Sure.
I need a solo album, fam, not an instrumental. You haven't put out a solo album. Okay? Like, if you had done that, if you'd already cleared that bar a few times over and you wanted to do something experimental, I mean, far be it on me. But what I'm not going to accept is, oh, Stacks better than this person, Stacks better than that person. Stacks doesn't rap. Stacks plays a flute. Okay? So flute players don't get considered in the top 5. Is he still a good rapper? I think so.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. Because,
Well, he was on the Kanye song. Life of the Party.
Where he was basically giving us a fucking poem. He wasn't rapping on that. And the song didn't even come out.
Officially.
Didn't even officially come out. Never heard Life of the Party on the radio. So, again, do what you want. You just ain't a rapper right now. You're a musician.
Yeah.
Andre 3 Stacks, the musician.
Yes.
What I will not accept is Big Boy is better than Andre 3000. I'm not gonna take that. Even with this disappointment of him doing this with this album, it's still not a valid argument. If we taking just Outkast bars alone, just straight up Outkast bars, it's still 3 Stacks. Why he decided to have a flute album instead of putting out that would be a debut solo album.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just never going to get that, like, ever.
Okay. Probably not.
All right,
especially since he said that he struggles with feeling like his authentic self sometimes.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb. I'm old, so I can't rap. That means you can't rap no more. Don't tell me, oh, I'm not relevant enough. Nas don't let that affect him. Jay-Z don't let that affect him. Shit, Birdman will still hop on the track every now and again.
Ew.
I'm just saying.
Ew. To no one's delight.
I'm just saying. Wayne's still out here rapping. Like, you can't tell me that, like, you're too old to do something when your contemporaries are still doing it successfully.
Sure.
Or at least semi-successfully for some of them.
Yeah, I agree with that. And no, Big Boy is not better than Andre 3000, but they needed each other.
Okay, I mean, I'll take that. I just seen some. What the fuck is this flute shit? See, that's why it's always been Big Boy. It's always been Big Boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that.
No disrespect to Big Boy.
They definitely needed.
But
needed
boy,
each other.
stop.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Little Big Brother.
All right, last dub goes to Angelina Jolie.
Is this a dub or L?
Dub. She adopted some kids quite a while ago from multiple different cultures.
One of them is black.
One of them is black, a black girl. Said black girl is going to Spelman, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And she crossed AKA.
Yes. So I saw that video. So dub for that. But what I did not know is that while she was adopting these kids, she also she also hired nannies of the same cultures of the kids that she adopted to allow them to know about the culture that they came from, as opposed to just raising these kids and kind of
kidnapping all of these different race babies and making them white. Oh,
Yeah.
well, good on you, Angelina Jolie, for doing the bare minimum of raising black children.
Bare minimum, absolutely. But then when you look at parents like Madonna, who has done similar shit, but then
but Madonna thinks she black.
Madonna thinks she's everything.
She thinks she's black for sure. She dated Tupac. She was cool with Michael Jackson. She is black. Yeah. You can't tell. She got a BBL. You can't tell her nothing. Yeah, Madonna.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that?
No.
Dog, look up a picture of Madonna.
I'm not doing that.
No, look it up.
I'm not doing
look it
that.
up.
No.
Look it up.
I am not doing that.
She got a BBL. She loved black men.
Remember she kissed Drake and then he like wiped his mouth and was so disgusted? Anyway.
Woo, like a virgin.
Absolute crazy. Absolute bare minimum for Angelina Jolie, but I did not know that was happening. And to the point where the daughter is going to Spelman and crossing over into the Divine Nine is,
you know what I mean? Good for her.
I just did not expect that. So shout out to her for raising the kids semi-correctly. That's my list.
Cool. Well, give us your dubs and L's in the prompt below. Make sure you tell us what you thought about ours. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next Wednesday, every Wednesday, for another dubs and L's segment.
Absolutely. And make sure that you check out our previous video where we discussed the Houston Brick Lady once again because she was back. And then make sure that you also check out our playlist full of previous weeks where we gave our dubs and L's. And then make sure, like he said, you subscribe because we like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.